That's why we're proud to introduce the brand new KBLA Health and Wellness Hub. This online space is built just for you, connecting our community to trusted health resources, culturally relevant care, and even access to diverse clinical trials and emerging therapies. Whether you're looking for information on common conditions, mental health support, or just want to stay on top of your wellness journey, we got you. And the best part, it's all on our website at KBLA1580.com. Accessible, empowering, community-focused. So just go to KBLA1580.com and click on the Health and Wellness Hub icon, because knowledge is power and your health is everything. At KBLA Talk 1580, we've got your black.
Hey, so I'm calling your show, 'cause I need to know. Show me which way to go before I throw my man out the door.
Okay, hold on a second, Keisha. Just let me ask Ronald exactly what's going on, because it takes two to tango, and I need to hear his side of the story.
So she's driving me insane, got stress heavy on my brain. She keeps playing silly games, man, I'm about to bring the pain. We seem to fuss and fight every day and every night. Please give some advice so we can see the light, see the light.
Options don't guarantee choices, but choices guarantee options. I arrived here because abundance doesn't equal autonomy. You can have 100 options, but none of them matter if you don't know how to choose. And after a deeper look, you'll recognize that freedom isn't found in what's available. It's found in what you're willing to eliminate. And unfortunately, because of our human conditioning, most people get addicted to the feeling of forward and not the reality of arrival, making discipline the only language of freedom. Because I'll tell you, until you choose, your options own you. But let me give you perspective. The illusion of freedom is having options with no understanding of choice. We live in an age intoxicated off abundance. Every scroll, every screen, every opportunity presents itself as freedom. What we've slowly started to call the abundance of freedom is really like an exhaustion of having too much access. Because freedom isn't having the ability to have everything. It's knowing what's worth choosing. The best way to put this is how religion teaches freedom of will, but spirituality reveals freedom in will. Options build the case, but choices render the judgment. Options show potential, but choices prove intention. Javon Cross here, don't get weak on the weekends. Go get him.
Hey, who that boy? That boy named Javon. Is that Javon Cross? That boy cooking with some rarefied grease, huh? He laid it down. He laid it out.
He laid it down.
So you agree with him?
I do. There's a lot of pieces I'm like, I'm going to have to go back and rewind that.
And tap in. Yeah.
And lock in on that.
Huh. Are we inundated by choices? And are all of the choices that we are inundated by, the options, Are they quality options?
Mine are. I got that high quality H2O options.
Ladies and gentlemen, my god sister has returned to the scene of the conversation. Dr. Pacoya McCall Robertson is back in the building. You already know what it is. You already know. Are you ready for tonight's conversation?
You know what? I'm never ready, but hey, that's what we do.
Yeah.
That's what we do.
Yeah. What? So I'm doing this topic because I think it's important. Every topic that I do, I believe, is important. And yes, I do cram a lot into this 2 hours. My sister was going over the outline and was like, yo, this is like 57 topics. And I was like, yes, one big tree. It's a canopy and these are branches. And she was like, nah.
Get some of that low-hanging fruit, y'all. It's okay. You don't got to get your ladder because we might not be able to reach them all.
Listen, we got to do this work. So we live in a digital age. And the digital age has had a profound impact on our intimate relationships, specifically presence. So tonight's topic, the Eucharist of attention, consuming and being consumed in the digital temple of intimacy known as social media. We treat likes and texts and unread messages like sacramental bread. You remember that little wafer?
Little piece of toast.
That little piece of toast, little cracker, and that fresh grape juice. Come. Like sacramental bread in a techno church where the real currency is presence, and every notification is a communion wafer that both feeds and drains the soul. Listen, where do we go wrong with relationships? Help us to understand Dr. P. Listen, Dr. P is a real doctor, ladies and gentlemen. This is not a game, okay? And this is why I brought her in, because I need help. I'm sick. So, where did we go wrong? What are we missing? What is society preventing us from understanding about the true purpose of relating?
Ooh, ouch, Joe. You want to just start off
with
a fastball?
It's kind of what
start
I
off
do.
deep.
Yeah.
Okay.
Going away from what you read.
What are we missing? It's self. There's nothing in all of our options, right, that we are inundated with, actually have us to choose ourselves first.
So self is missing.
Self is gone. It's not there. Everything we do is for someone else, even if it's something we don't like. So when you're talking about our quality options, maybe they're not quality. Us having so many are tending to render us inactive. So we're not active in our relationships. We're not active with our relationship with ourselves because there's so many things we're always constantly grabbing after. Or there's so many more options that when we have a solid option in front of us, it's like, but wait.
It's unrecognizable.
We don't even know what good is anymore.
Oh my God. This is deep. This is getting too far for me now. Hold on. So because the self is devoid in our society, when the self presents itself in a mirrored reflection, this dynamic of relationship we don't recognize.
Right. Do we even know what it looks like?
Oh, jeez.
Who taught us that? How do we know? Because every option is telling us it's not enough. We're never enough. That's why we have so many options.
Wow. No. You're not off the hook. Hell no.
We're still going.
When the honeymoon high fades.
Oh, yes.
Does love become an unspoken withdrawal process disguised as incompatibility?
Absolutely. And even in that, even just hearing that, I think you should read it again, just for the people in the back.
You want me one more time?
I want you to say that again.
Hey, people in the back. Andy, you back there? Tell them people to stand up. I'm talking to them. Here we go. When the honeymoon high fades, does love become an unspoken withdrawal process disguised as incompatibility?
Absolutely. So you think about, hey, all our newlyweds, honeymooners, right? What happens in that expectation when you become one, right? Your unit is, it's supposed to be this, it's supposed to be that. It's this constant honey move, as I say.
The honey move. Come on, Dr.
Somebody's
P.
moving in, somebody's moving out. Could be some pets, some dogs. It's a constant exchange of these expectations. So when that honeymoon period ends and it's like, oh, okay, so we're at well, now what? Now, when you're lost self, right? Because two people moving in together, it's not like, well, you make me happy or I make you happy.
Right.
All those exchanges, there's a lack of self in there. So when there's nothing that we're expecting anymore, the fireworks of the newness has worn off, we're left with being like, well, you don't love me enough, or we're just not compatible. And now that's socially acceptable.
So, no, hold on. Let's go back to the top. So, wait a minute. Hold on. Then you can't be one if all of this is happening. You weren't one to begin with.
I don't think so. No.
So now let's get into it. Can a couple become one through ceremony alone? Or does like a real step towards individuation have to happen in order to have a whole like relationship with another person?
I think that individuation must happen first.
Ooh-wee. So everybody who said they won are won by ceremony only.
Correct. Because when you pull that away, then what's left?
Nothing.
Right. And that's where it becomes, we're incompatible. Now, if we shift and we change, my individuation changes and so does my partner's, because we're individuals, we know
we could grow apart.
We can grow apart.
Or we can go closer.
Right. But
Right.
separate is together. That's why they say keep your own friends, keep your own hobbies, keep your own all of these things. Why? Because
closeness and space at the same time.
It's very important.
In the name of Sweet Baby Ray's barbecue sauce. So number one,
We'll recap.
we are not whole if we are only whole by ceremony only.
Right.
We have to actually be whole internally, or at least working towards the goal of individuation, or we're just two broken pieces trying to glue ourselves together.
Exactly. Two different puzzles at the Dollar Tree. Okay, somebody got the pieces mixed up.
Two different puzzles at the Dollar Tree. Somebody get my sister, man. We got Dollar Tree love out. Listen, man. Hold on. The voice of reason is on complete fire tonight already. My sister is cutting up, man. Please tell them your website, because people have to connect with you.
We do. It's Insight Me, like, Insight, the letter N, SIGHTME. Insight Me. Just bringing that insight.
Me. I love it. What if your craving for validation is simply the nervous system mistaking familiarity for safety and attention for love? What if your nervous system is the bootleg version of King James mistranslating your spiritual scriptures?
That's exactly what's going on.
For toxicity, familiarity, and attention over love. Like, attention is love.
Right.
Familiarity is safety.
Right.
What if you got a mistranslation going on?
Right, because your nervous system is always on high. On
Hyper.
high.
What's happening?
Right?
Yeah.
And then when it's calm, when you just meet calm, somebody who recognizes themselves, they don't require much attention. They don't require anything you need to do for them necessarily. Certain people whose nervous system is always on high and expecting to be doing something, that's really hard for them to sit with. It's like, well, if it's flat, that means nothing's happening. And we should be used to nothing happening. But we're in that constant digital world of stimulation constantly, whether our phones are flipping and swirling and noises and colors and all of these things. We're constantly in alarm phase. So when we're in calm phase, we don't even know what that means.
Would that be hypervigilance?
It can be, yes.
I'm
Because
just
you're always expecting something, or you always need something to be happening in order to feel like you are existing.
But isn't the polar opposite of hypervigilance not good too? Like, shouldn't there be like a middle ground?
Where's our middle ground? Right.
Because some people would rather have this person that doesn't trigger them in any way, so that they can't learn anything about themselves, so
Correct.
they can't be challenged. I mean, what comes to mind is dismissive avoidant attachment style, which is conflict avoidant, none whatsoever.
Right.
And if there's any conflict, meaning good conflict, like we have to have a tough conversation,
Right. It's healthy.
that's not healthy for them.
No, but there's the pendulum that swings. We always want to find something in the middle, right?
That's what I'm saying.
That
yeah.
too much or nothing at all. Like, how do we take a little bit of here, a little bit of that, like Alice in Wonderland, just a little nibble
just a little
of
nibble.
each.
Well, Alice went down the rabbit hole
That's what she did.
from nibbling. It was
Too much. She had to find a balance at the end.
Lord have mercy. We on fire tonight. Ladies and gentlemen, if you want to join the conversation, if you want to talk to my sister, yes, she's my god sister. Don't get it twisted. Her husband is my god brother. Don't get it twisted, man. If y'all want to talk to her, all you got to do is call me, 1-800-920-1580. When we come forward, more from the VOR.
Reasons. The reasons that we're here, the reasons that we fear, our feelings won't disappear. You're listening to the voice of reason with Zoe Williams on KBLA Talk 1580. KBLA Talk 1580. We've got a lot to talk about.
KBLA Talk 1580 reminds you, when we fight, we win. The Youth Justice Coalition is challenging America's addiction to incarceration and discrimination. YJC works to dismantle policies leading to mass incarceration, law enforcement violence, and the school-to-prison pipeline. Their approach, transformative justice, community intervention, free LA high school, legal defense, and system monitoring. YJC promotes safety without relying on prisons. Their goal, prevent system contact and help people exit the system through direct action, advocacy, and education. Want to get involved or need help? Call 323-235-4243. That's 323-235-4243. Join YJC in creating change. When we fight, we win. KBLA Talk 1580, your voice for justice. This is a community call to action from KBLA Talk 1580.
Hello, KBLA delegation. Tavis Smiley here. On Saturday, October 25th, LA Trade Tech becomes the epicenter of ideas that matter. The Left Coast Forum is bringing together voices that challenge, inspire, and illuminate, with keynote presentations from people like noted economist Richard Wolff, the man who breaks down capitalism in ways that make sense to working folk like you and me, and Dr. Cornel West will be there, the brilliant philosopher and activist who never stops fighting for justice and speaking truth to power and to the powerless, for that matter. So this isn't just another conference. This is where ideas get tested, where the conversations that shape our future begin. Multiple plenary sessions, dynamic speakers, real talk about the issues that impact our communities, and then some good food and a live band. Saturday, October 25th, LA Trade Tech, Left Coast Forum. The event is free and open to the public, but you must register at our KBLA1580.com website, where you can also peep the plenary topics. The future belongs to those who show up and engage. So don't just think about change, be part of the conversation that creates it. The Left Coast Forum is brought to you by the LA Progressive, the Empowerment Congress, Community Coalition, Partnership for Growth LA, Southwest Voter Registration Education Project, LA Care Health Plan, United Teachers Los Angeles, Black Progressive Action Coalition, St. John's Community Health, the National Lawyers Guild, the Weingart Foundation, and more. Space is limited, so if I were you, I'd register right now at KBLA1580.com. Your voice matters, your presence matters. We'll see you there.
You know you want some more. It's the voice of reason with Zoe Williams on KBLA Talk 1580.
Don't worry about it. You've had a long day. Just don't say nothing. I got your shift today. Just take a second, breathe. Just take a second and breathe.
So where do they come from? What is this about? So instead of beating yourself up and say, oh, I got to stop this approval seeking or attention seeking, why do I do that? Where does this come from? So kind of three big things that come out of complex trauma. So number one, it's parents that weren't attuned to the child's emotional needs. And so your emotional needs were not seen and therefore met. So secondly, that's another way of saying you experienced some type of neglect. You did not receive the attention you should have from your parents. It could be they were workaholics. It could be they were narcissists. It could be they were very insecure driven, or it could be not that they did it intentionally, but you were in a very large family, or they had their own family business and it demanded all of their time, or they had chronic health problems or mental health problems and they just weren't able to be there for you. Another part of this is every child needs validation. That's one of our emotional needs. They need to be told, you're good at that. Hey, you are this way. You did a great job there. That's how a child learns who they are. That's how a child begins to get a good, positive self-identity. But some parents grew up in an era where they were told that if you validated your children, they would get a big head. They would become proud. They would get a big ego. And so parents purposely didn't validate their children, wanting to keep them humble. But it had the reverse effect. It created shame. So based on inaccurate teaching, parents often did not validate their children sufficiently. So what happens for a child whose need for validation is not met in a consistent way is they can go in one of two directions. So they can suppress the need for validation. So basically that means suppress all of my needs. Because if I express my needs, and I should get validation, but I get rejection, I get punishment. In other words, I get pain. Therefore, let's become invisible. Let's not need validation. Let's not have...
Tim Fletcher, cooking. Was he cooking?
Yes.
How much shame is in modern day relationships today? Unprocessed
shame.
Oh. Everything else checks out. We got the good job. We got the nice car. We got a little money in the bank.
There's a lot of underlying shame. I have a lot of conversations clinically and not clinically around just underlying messages men and women have around all kinds of topics, right? Most importantly, stereotypical ones. Like, what's the correct behavior for a woman to act like, or a man to be like? How many partners is too many partners? Like, when you get into those things, you can really find out the lessons that were taught are not even directly taught from childhood. And even from your parents that are grandparents' lessons and teachings that are passed down, that these things, they just don't apply today. Right? It's not the structure of today's time. So those things, ideas, religion, expectations, all that stuff, and the way people move and act, select jobs, select partners, there's tons of shame in there. Even when they know the partner they're picking isn't for them, there's shame in that too, because they know I should be doing what I want for myself. And there's a piece of guilt and shame there. And then there's that guilt and shame where you're still not measuring up to these expectations of...
So it's not just shame, it's shame and guilt.
Right. They're usually kissing cousins.
They coming together. It ain't just shame by itself, it's guilt too.
A little guilt in there.
Ooh, Lord. So would you say that intimate relationship is an amplifier of this shame and guilt?
Brings it up, sets it on fire.
Sets it on fire.
We can hide in our intimacy.
Explain intimacy, though.
Oh, like whether that's one, that physical touch. Intimacy is not necessarily, when we always think of it as like it's an actual sexual encounter.
Right.
Intimacy is being able to look someone in the eyes.
Kindness.
Being able to
connecting.
talk, hold hands.
Yes.
Listen, talk, learn, ask
Yes.
questions, right? What are your love languages, right?
Yeah.
How do you receive love, attention versus how do you give it? Those are intimate ways of how do you get to know somebody. Just sitting down and asking questions without wanting anything technically in return, but to actually learn.
You know,
and
people
understand
greedy
the-
now.
We're hungry.
Everybody wants something.
Starving.
Starving. Lord have mercy. Everybody wants something. So presence would equal intimacy.
Absolutely.
Because people need
Not
to know.
just your body,
Right.
but your mind.
Your
you
mind.
have to be listening too.
Yeah,
That's
yes.
presence.
Does your brain interpret your partner's silence as abandonment or as an invitation to self-regulate?
Ooh, healthy or unhealthy?
But
Oh yeah, yes, I understand.
is it an invite?
I think we all have that though. Like I can sometimes, if somebody's checked out and I'm like, I have to tap in and be like, wait, why am I jumping? Like, why am I being like, why are you so quiet?
Right.
What's wrong? You feeling some kind of way?
Right.
But I'm also a Scorpio, and we have that intuition. So don't try to play with us. But sometimes
He's a Scorpio. But wait.
sometimes we do. It is an opportunity to go inward and say, well, why am I not okay with this person being quiet or not responding in the way I want you to respond? That is that opportunity for growth.
Here we go, ladies and gentlemen. The national discussion is about to begin once we get on the other side. You already know what it is. Dr. P in here knocking them out the park. When we come forward, people want to talk and I want to listen.
He's on fire tonight. It's the Voice of Reason with Zoe Williams, exclusively on KBLA Talk 1580.
I'm Amber Payton with BIN News Now. St. Petersburg, Florida City Council has sent a proposal for alternate city flags to committee. Designed by Andrea Paulus, the flags feature pride and Pan-African themes with the city seal.
It was important to me to design these flags when the intersection was censored and erased.
The move follows the state's removal of rainbow crosswalks with a final review set for October 23rd. Ghana has agreed to accept West African nationals deported from the U.S. President John Mahama says 14 have already arrived, adding that West Africans don't need a visa to enter Ghana. The Trump administration has also asked other African nations to take in deportees. California Governor Gavin Newsom has approved a new agency to oversee slavery reparations. It follows a 5-year study on compensation for Black Americans. The agency will handle restitution for descendants of enslaved people, though details are still being decided. Get BIN News Now on demand 24/7 on the iHeartRadio app.
Take a break from the mundane and escape to something a little more fabulous with the first ever Fabulous 5-day sale. From today through this Friday, September 26th, find deals at all your favorite Vegas hotels. Plan your fabulous escape and learn more at visitlasvegas.com.
Hey, KBLA 1580 delegation, your health matters to us. We know that information is power, especially when it comes to prevention and treatment. That's why we're proud to introduce the brand new KBLA Health and Wellness Hub. This online space is built just for you, connecting our community to trusted health resources, culturally relevant care, and even access to diverse clinical trials and emerging therapies. Whether you're looking for information on common conditions, mental health support, or just want to stay on top of your wellness journey, we got you. And the best part, it's all on our website at KBLA1580.com. Accessible, empowering, community-focused. So just go to KBLA1580.com and click on the Health and Wellness Hub icon, because knowledge is power and your health is everything. At KBLA Talk 1580, we've got your black.
Yo, this is Zoe Williams, the VOR, and I got another incredible black-owned business for you. Your podcast deserves more than a closet and a prayer. It deserves a green screen that makes your haters jealous. Do you need 4K so crisp you can see their ego? Mics that catch whispers and rants? Hey, a stage that turns Aunt Mildred into Beyonce. Listen, all you got to do is check out OneStream.tv, Inglewood Studio Playground, where backyard dreams get VIP upgrades. They've got cameras, mics, stages, step and repeat, everything you need. Lights that flatter people who never get flattering. They got all you need to produce the podcast of your dreams. Listen, their rates are as low as $75 an hour. Yes, really. Swing by 740 Centinela Ave. Call 323-296-4444. Once again, that's 323-296-4444. Trust me, my brother Mike will take care of you. OneStream.tv.
I'm talking lights, camera, action.
Do you owe $10,000 or more in credit card debt or personal loans? With credit card debt at all-time highs, Debt Relief Advocates is urgently notifying consumers of debt relief now being made available, designed to aid consumers with out-of-control credit card debt. Those who qualify and enroll for this relief program will only have to pay back a fraction of what they owe. This is not bankruptcy or a debt consolidation loan. This is a relief program that credit card companies would rather you not know about, as it ends your debt nightmare and saves you lots of money. Consumers owing at least $10,000 in credit card debt or personal loans can now take advantage of this debt relief as the cost of living skyrockets. Debt Relief Advocates has established a relief hotline for you to call to learn what debt reduction you may qualify for, so don't wait. For this free information, call the Relief Hotline at 800-515-4493, 800-515-4493, 800-515-4493.
KBLA Talk 1580. We've got a lot to talk about.
KBLA Talk 1580, connecting you with services and solutions. Worried about eviction? You have rights, and Stay Housed LA can help. Stay Housed LA is a partnership between LA County, the City of Los Angeles, and local service providers. From Lancaster to Long Beach, we're here to help you with tenant education workshops, legal clinics, free legal services for eligible tenants, and online resources about tenant protection laws. Don't face eviction alone. Call our hotline at 1-888-694-0040. That's 1-888-694-0040. Or visit stayhousedla.org. Stay Housed LA, keeping Los Angeles residents in their homes. Stay Housed LA, your rights, your home, our community. This is a community call to action from KBLA Talk 1580.
The California Crusader newspaper would like to thank all of our subscribers for their support throughout the years, proudly serving the South Los Angeles and South Bay areas for more than 40 years. The California Crusader is a multicultural, black-owned, adjudicated newspaper that focuses on providing newsworthy information to the people in our community. We're constantly looking for ways to assist businesses in our community to connect with our subscribers. We provide low-cost, effective ways to promote your business with our reasonable and affordable advertising rates. You can participate by suggesting, sharing, and submitting your stories on the California Crusader newspaper Community Share Facebook group page, or visit our website at cal-cruise-news.com. That's calcruisenews.com. Then click on the Submit Now button located on the top right corner of the homepage, or text CCN to 42828. Again, text CCN to 42828. The California Crusader newspaper, working together to build a better community for our future. Subscribe today.
This is KBLA Talk 1580. Talk radio that's music to your ears. We're unapologetically progressive. KBLA Talk 1580. You're listening to the voice of reason with Zoe Williams. Only on KBLA Talk 1580.
very okay not giving people more of what they can't afford or refuse to value, personally and professionally. Okay, I've been saying that a lot recently. But let's talk about it in the realm of friendship, because that's where a lot of double standards live and they thrive. Right? I saw this discourse. I've been seeing discourse recently around friendship being an inconvenience. Okay, in order to have a friend, you actually got to be one. Okay, and community requires you to be a participant, not just a recipient. All right? And this contradicts this narrative that we've been hearing for a while, where it's like, you know, protect your peace. You have boundaries. If you want to cancel last minute on somebody, you can. If you don't want to go somewhere and support these people, you don't have to. You don't want to respond to messages, yeah, throw your phone away. Who cares? That's your boundary. Protect your peace. And people latch on to that. Why? Because it validates them. It justifies their behavior and how they're actually treating people, right? So they take it and run. But we forget the other side of that. Every action has a reaction, and our choices do have consequences, for better or for worse. So if you don't want to show up for people, yeah, that's okay. Eventually they'll stop showing up for you, and they will match the level of effort you output. All right. And then I saw this other video recently where they were saying how we should stop telling people that friendship is an inconvenience. Okay. And the first thought I had was, why? Because it's an inconvenience for people to sit with the discomfort of their laziness and their selfishness and their emotional immaturity and how self-centered they can be in these relationships. Is that why we should stop telling people that friendship is an inconvenience? Okay. Because we're very okay telling other people how we don't have the time for them and how they should stay put until we're ready. But to hear it's an inconvenience to actually sustain relationship is a problem. Friendship specifically. Then I heard this other video, and this video sounds like a script that people are passing around because it all sounds the same. And it goes like, you should pray for your friends because sometimes they're fighting battles that you don't know about. And yes, even though you may be reaching out and inquiring and they're not responding to you, it's not about you. It's not always about you. Okay. Yeah, they may be on social media telling the world that didn't ask. And yes, you may see them out with other people. But you shouldn't take it as them acting funny. They're just going through things. You know what? Sometimes it isn't about you. This is very much about this.
Isaiah. That's who that was. Now, I don't know his last name. But we just going to say Isaiah. The book of Isaiah.
Yeah.
He was cooking.
I like it.
I loved every bit of what he was saying. Let me just... So there's a lot of people out right now on the internet, TikTok, YouTube. Everybody thinks relationship talk is an easy win. Well, if you talk relationships, everybody can relate. Everybody's in a relationship. And here's the thing. You can't invalidate people's experience. So people are speaking from their experience.
Right.
But if you don't really know yourself, and you're speaking from your experience, you're only speaking of the end result. You're not speaking of how it came about.
Right.
Why it came about within you.
Right.
It's just,
what
this is
part
how
did you
people
play?
are.
Right.
No,
Yes.
no, you're actually dangerous to society now. Now you're a menace. No, you remember a long time ago they used to say that about self-help books.
Right.
They would say a lot of self-help books are actually dangerous.
Correct.
They're not locked in psychologically sound, but it was a big market.
Yeah, you see it's a trend now. Everybody reading self-help books. Everybody writing self-help books.
see?
We're a cult.
But
remember?
that's what I'm saying. So, as we started the conversation earlier, we were talking about how people are a bit confused about the actual purpose of why we relate. I believe the reason we relate has this high spiritual meaning.
Okay.
Now, Carl Jung made it psychoanalytic. You know, Freud was on some dreams. You know, Jung was a student of Freud. Freud wasn't even a psychologist.
How easy it was back then.
You just sit down and talk.
Okay.
Talk therapy. She ain't crazy no more. Look.
That's right.
And he is the face of it all, right? But I'm asking these questions because, you know, the Westerner comes in and makes what was once spiritual clinical. Right? It has to be refutable. It has to be replicable.
Dollar signable.
Dollar signable. Yes.
That's what happens there.
Right. Whereas in the spirit realm, we're okay with uncertainty. Uncertainty or blockages are actually blessings sometimes.
Right.
Right.
Teaches you to work through those things.
Exactly.
You evolve, you grow.
So as we're talking about relationships, I'm asking you now, how do we get the original spiritual purpose of relationship back into the mainstream? How do we get people to connect, not just for validation, but to connect for deeper meaning? I find it's metrics over meaning.
Right. I was going to say that I don't know. Like, we got to ask AI how to make people want to heal themselves.
Let's not ask the devil.
But that's the thing of just...
That's Damien.
Where... but it's not something that we want, like, because it's not mainstream. Like, right now, healing is so superficial, like, everybody just loves to say it, but you're not actually doing it.
You're not healed by saying it.
Like, I'm healing. Like, it's almost like it's a catchphrase.
Right.
Like, it's a fad, right? It's an excuse to not have, like, how long have you been healing? Like... Is there a time limit?
Right.
I get to act like this because I'm healing. Like, at what point do we get to take responsibility for our lack of healing? You know, and I guess you can't say there's this time limit on it. But the question of saying, how do we get people to want to do it? Like, I don't know how to tell somebody to want better for yourself. Like, I don't have that answer. Somebody sat with me and is like, well, what am I supposed to do? And I'm like, well, first of all, you have to know where you want to go. I, as your therapist or whatever, I'm just Siri. You tell me where you want to go, but you need to know, and I can give you a couple routes to get there.
Give me something actionable. How can I manifest wanting better for myself in a series of actions?
Absolutely. So when you're saying how do we get people to want to do that, one, you have to see, first of all, like, something about what you're doing now isn't working. But because we have so many options, we can bounce from place to place to place and get these little tiny
payoffs.
Bingo.
Yeah.
So
yeah,
that's hard to really say. How do we get everybody to buy in? Like, just because you can switch doesn't mean it's a good option. Like, it's a good idea.
Listen, you just pointed out something that I think is the bane of everybody's existence, even if it's unbeknownst to them. And that is, if you can win incrementally, you don't have to correct anything.
No.
You could just keep bouncing from situation to situation and extrapolating what little pieces you want. And when you can't get it anymore, you bounce to another situation.
Exactly.
I call it who was that guy that played for the Sean Marion effect. Sean Marion had the ugliest jump shot in the world. However, it used to go in. So he has no reason to want to fix it. Because it would go in. But if you go back and you look at that jump shot, it was hideous.
You know.
The Sean Marion effect.
I recall.
If I can make this, I made it, I don't have to fix anything.
Right.
So if I can get these incremental wins,
right,
there's no need to fix me. It's everybody else's fault.
So we can't take that away. So that would what would that look like in society? Taking away everybody's options for incremental wins in order to make you go within.
I think that's the difference between mediocrity and greatness. Whereas somebody like a Bruce Lee or Tiger Woods or Kobe Bryant would be like, no, this shot is broken. I need to fix it.
Right.
Right? Or Michael Jackson, someone that is, the mission is so important that it has to be right. That I take pride and care. I don't think people take much pride and care in themselves. I think everything they do is for the end result that comes from the outside in.
The external validation.
That's the validation.
So I think that's what separates the goods from the greats is, I think intrinsically that's what they want to do, right? You can take athletes, whatever people, when they're great at when they're the greats, right?
But let's say great at being themselves.
That's truly themselves.
There
like,
we go.
yes, we may have been born into a pathway of football, basketball,
right,
whatever it is. But when I internalize it, like, no, this is mine. I truly love it. I'm not doing it for my mom. I'm not doing it necessarily for the fame or the greatness. Those are secondary gains, but the original gain, I think, is what separates those goods from those greats, because it's theirs. It's like, no, this is my jump shot. This is how I look while I'm doing it.
Now, watch this. Take it from sport and put it back into IFS, internal family systems.
Right.
Mama was a codependent. Daddy was a covert narcissist.
Correct.
Inconsistent attunement made my shot crooked.
So do we keep blaming our parents?
At what point do we look at self and go,
you know what? I think I should do something about this. But why we can't is because those incremental wins. Like, if nobody is nailing me to the cross and saying, this is wrong, you're wrong, and all of my walls get blocked,
right,
my rock bottom.
Right.
If that doesn't happen, then there is no room for me to correct it unless I truly, me personally, find something wrong with it.
Ladies and gentlemen, you're listening to the VOR. I know I got callers. I'm going to get to my niece. She's on the line. Listen, if you want to get in here, I bet you. Hey, I bet you Eric ain't going to call tonight. We got a therapist in studio. Where is Carson now? Where you at, Eric? I got help. When we come forward, the voice of reason gonna keep this fire lit. Let's go.
Relationships. Got you confused? Need some straight talk? This is where you get the unfiltered truth about love, relationships, and everything in between. He breaks down relationship dynamics with no-nonsense wisdom and practical advice that actually works. Tackling the questions you're afraid to ask and giving you the answers you need to hear. You're inside the voice of reason with Zoe Williams on KBLA Talk 1580.
It's Cybersecurity Awareness Month. LifeLock is here with tips to help protect your identity. Use strong passwords, set up multi-factor authentication, report scams, and update your software. And for comprehensive identity protection, LifeLock is your best choice. LifeLock alerts you to suspicious uses of your personal information and fixes identity theft, guaranteed, or your money back. Start your protection today with a 30-day free trial at LifeLock.com. Use promo code NEWS. Terms apply.
Stuck in a job that just isn't getting it done? Maybe it's time to go for IT. Whether you're just starting out, switching careers, or a military veteran ready for change, My Computer Career can help you launch a rewarding career in IT in months. No prior experience needed. Why spend years getting a traditional degree when your future in IT can start right now? Take the free career evaluation at mycomputercareer.edu today. Your most powerful upgrade? Your career. Go for it. Go for IT. Financial aid is available to those who qualify, including VA benefits.
Are you drowning in IRS tax debt?
With Civic Tax Relief, they were able to save me upwards of $80,000 that I would have had to pay had I not reached out to them.
Get ready for a toll-free hotline. Take advantage of new IRS tax forgiveness programs that may protect you from IRS collection agencies.
I owe the IRS $37,000.
They have the power to garnish your wages, put liens on your property, and levy your bank account. Civic Tax Relief can help protect you from the IRS.
Civic Tax Relief basically represented me against the IRS. By the time everything was completed, I didn't owe the IRS anything.
Find out about the Fresh Start program that is now available through Civic Tax Relief. Civic Tax Relief's special tax hotline can help you discover all the relief programs available for free.
I would recommend anyone who has a tax problem to contact Civic Tax Relief.
Just call 800-285-3500, 800-285-3500. Don't wait. Call now. 800-285-3500, 800-285-3500.
KBLA Talk 1580. We've got a lot to talk about.
Imagine a Los Angeles where everyone can thrive, where communities have access to the resources they need to succeed. That's the vision of Detours Mentoring Group, Inc. They're dedicated to improving life in LA County by providing educational support, employment assistance, and spaces for community engagement. By 2050, they want LA to be the best place to connect, create, learn, live, and play. They're working toward an education system that's well-resourced and culturally responsive, becoming a hub for artists and innovators, and making sure everyone has access to healthy food, quality healthcare, and safe housing. It's about building a future where we all have the chance to succeed. We invite you to learn more about their mission and get involved with Detours Mentoring Group, Inc. This is a community call to action from KBLA Talk 1580.
You know you want some more. It's the voice of reason with Zoe Williams on KBLA Talk 1580.
So cold, I ran in the rain with no clothes. I just feel so alone in a crowded room, just frowning at smile.
You know, every man swears that he wants a good woman until he meets one, and then his wounds will decide for him. That's what always ruins it. Not her, not timing, his unhealed story. Because a woman with a pure heart doesn't just love you, she reflects you. Not by pointing out your flaws, but by giving you the kind of love your nervous system doesn't recognize. She becomes a mirror. And if you grew up believing that love has to be earned, then her softness won't feel safe, it'll feel foreign. That's when you see guys sabotaging it. They'll lie, withdraw, judge your purity because it exposes your pain. And it's not because you don't care, but because you don't know how to receive care without suspicion. Ask yourself, do you get triggered when she brings up her past? Does body count make you insecure? Do you feel jealousy when she's vibrant in a room you can't control? That's not her, that's your unhealed masculine. And if you don't learn to self-regulate, you'll make her do it for you. You'll force her to carry both your pain and her love. That's when she starts dimming. Not because she lost interest, but because she's exhausted trying to be both woman and warrior. She wasn't asking you to be perfect.
Robert was cute.
Ooh. Holy smokes, Robert.
It's
ouch, man. It's heavy.
He mentioned the mirror piece in there too.
It's heavy.
And he's kind of right, but he's also kind of wrong.
Let's do it. There's a lot of stuff in there.
There's a lot of stuff in there. You can't use the mirror piece though.
Mm-hmm.
Because the mirror piece says you get what you are. She can't be Wonder Woman and he be just a regular dude on the street causing all of this stuff to her. There's this bi-directional canal of foolishness that brings the two of them together.
Correct.
And you,
like the narcissist who loves the
I was just about to go there. You as the clinician know the narcissist loves the codependent. The avoidant is drawn to the anxious person and vice versa. This is Krishnamurti's concept of the mirror of relationship. And this is the type of information that I'm saying is out there. It sounds good. It's articulate. Just because it's articulate doesn't mean it's intelligent. Right? So it sounded good, and then it was like, wait a minute, you're elevating the woman in this scenario by saying the man is this, and a lot of the things he was saying is correct. But there is a cycle. There's a dyad here.
Correct.
It isn't just, that's what I said. There is no one victim and one villain. There are two sides of both coins in both arenas. Go ahead.
Right. No, I'm listening. I'm like, yes. When we listen to those things and why we can jump on them so quickly is it taps into our superficiality. Like when we're superficial in conversations and relationships, in the information we want to take in, the first things about that sound great and appealing. Like, yeah, I get it. Shoot, there's a whole bunch of me's out here trying to do this. But then we have to think about, well, how are you doing this? Why are you perpetuating this? That's where you get to sit back and reflect. How did I get here and become Superwoman? And how much of me becoming Superwoman is the platform I want to be standing on?
Look at that.
Where would I be without my soapbox?
So you saying I co-created the soapbox?
I think I co-create everything, but that's the way I'm responsible for all the things that happen, good or bad. But that's the way, I process those things.
Right.
But hearing that, it can be like, I get it, because it taps into those superficial arguments that are out here every day of whose fault is it, the independent woman versus this man, and this is why the man doesn't do it anymore because, well, you want to do it, so I'm going to let you do it. All of these tug-of-wars when we're not talking on a deeper level about that entire conversation, which is, well, how did we both get here? Because we're talking about independence.
You know what's really ugly? I'm going to say something, and it might be offensive, and I don't want it to be offensive. But it might be taken as offensive.
I'm ready.
The unintelligent speak straight. The intelligent speaks double-sided. The more intelligent you are, the more double-sided you speak.
Okay.
Because you're speaking for everything. Like, the possibility could be this or that. You don't speak in absolutes.
Correct.
So the keep it reals of the world and tell me straight like it is, that is the most unintelligent speak there is. Because nothing is straight. No. Everything is nuanced, right? And a lot of people don't like that. So again, if we're in a relationship and I can express my emotions because I'm one of those keep it real, just tell me what it is type, and you don't understand that, that's a dismissive avoidant. They don't actually do well articulating their feelings. Like, you're going to push them away by doing that.
If I do keep it.
Do you see what I'm saying? So again, we live in a society that kind of elevates the just keep it real and speak facts, but facts are not as clear as you think they are.
Right. That's someone's observation. That's from their POV.
Right.
Right. Without being able to branch out and say, well, this is just, for me, it's not absolute. This is just my experience of what it's like to be Superwoman in my house. But when I got the soapbox kicked from under me, I have to fall into my soft girl era. Right?
Oh, Lord, here we go. When we come forward, we go to the phone lines. I promise you better get in here and talk to my sister, Dr. P. You already know who it is, Dr. Pacoya McCall Robinson. Yes, sir.
KBLA 1580 Santa Monica.
I'm Amber Payton with BIN News Now. St. Petersburg, Florida City Council has sent a proposal for alternate city flags to committee. Designed by Andrea Paulus, the flags feature pride and Pan-African themes with the city seal.
It was important to me to design these flags when the intersection was centered and erased.
The move follows the state's removal of rainbow crosswalks with a final review set for October 23rd.